And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and this is your Captain Mike signing out.
Gentlemen, that'll be it. Thank you for the presentation today. We'll just pick this up tomorrow morning. Thank you for your work today. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for today's session. See you again soon. Bye.
You're tuned in to the loudest, craziest, most excited bunch of geeks and nerds on this side of the planet. Commentary, views, news, and reviews of the latest to the greatest of all things pop culture. From comics to toys to video games to anime, cartoons, film, and TV, you're about to dive into everything nerdy and geeky in between. This is BJG.
This is Captain Mike.
This is Noch.
This is Gaming 2.0.
And this
is
the G3 Podcast.
Gamers,
Geeks, and Good Times.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 50 of the G3 Podcast, Gamers, Geeks, and Good Times. This is your host, BJG, and we are going to be talking about everything that's in pop culture, toys, movies, video games, everything geeky and nerdy in between. You know how it goes. We are going to be talking about something that is heavy in our hearts for this evening. But before we get into that, I just want to say hello to our 15 viewers. Welcome to the show, guys. It's a Friday. You know how it is. We're going to get rolling, but this time is a little bit special because it's a happy episode. We're going to have a very happy show today, but not really. Let's start the hate. Let's start the disappointment by calling in everybody's favorite captain, Captain Mike. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Hey, what is happening, boys and girls? This is your captain speaking, and it's Friday. Join us as we move on to the weekend over here at the G3 Podcast.
Yan. Tunog pa lang, disappointed na eh. Gusto ko yan. I like that. Moving on to the next person we are going to get, of course, somebody that is an expert in pissing people off just by his sheer size and his stature. The very sexy, the very voluptuous, the very tall Rene Cruz Jr. Welcome to the show, sir. Welcome.
What's up? Na sinabi mong sexy, voluptuous, I was expecting na si Paleets yung introduce muna. But hey, what's up?
What's up? Kumusta? How are you? How's your week, man?
Work, as always. That's my life. Just work, this podcast, nothing else. It's a lonely existence, but it's fine. I'll live. We'll provide.
Oh, well, but ladies and gentlemen, before I call in our next two panelists for this evening, I just want to tell you that this batch right here, these three people you see in front of you right now, we're the nicer group we're the nicer people around here
Yes,
in
true.
this
Yes.
episode. We're the more relatable guys. But this is episode 50, and you know what? Instead of celebrating, we're gonna bring down the hate. We're gonna bring down our heavy judgment on the things, because that's how passionate we are, and that's how we love our stuff.
Right.
Speaking of heavy judgment, a person who's judged me all my life, ever since he woke up to this world, my brother Trixter in the house. Welcome, my dudes. Welcome, you judgy person, you. Welcome.
But just because we were on a losing streak last night doesn't mean you have to put that shit on.
Yeah. We were doing some stuff last night. But why don't you tell them what have you been up to? What have you been up to recently?
Well, the Multiverses early access came out, so I got to drive it. It's very fun. He wanted to try it too. Instead of spending time in the lab and learning the characters, he just went for it.
Because that's how it is,
I think that's a generational thing. Like,
Yeah. We don't
From
get
my
to
generation.
One person.
like our generation, we don't like instructions or manuals or tutorials. We go in and do shit.
and lose naturally.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the loss is what we will take,
Yes.
as motivation.
And
But speaking of,
the entire time, the one thing that's been playing in my head was Gene Snitsky in his theme.
It wasn't my fault.
It's not my fault.
Wait, was this Multiverses? Was this like an early access thing for the game?
Yeah, it's an
Oh
early
yes,
access
right now
version.
it's on early access. The official open beta comes out in a few days.
Right.
Are you going to continue playing it after getting your ass kicked for an entire night?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just last night we had a bad night. The night before that, I was doing fine. I had some wins, I had some losses.
Did you notice that pattern? He said he was. We were doing well. We were doing well yesterday, but the other time I was doing ano. Ganun yung pagkakataon.
That's how it is.
Loud and clear, Tricks. Loud and clear.
Yeah, you got it. Like that.
Gotcha.
Son of a bitch. Speaking of disappointments.
Before you move to the disappointment, pataas muna tayo ganyan. 30 stars sent from Will Parocha.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, Will, thank you, man. Thank you.
Thanks.
Dahil dyan, hindi na namin introduce yung panglima, kami na lang mag-uusap. So, just have to come. We don't need the fifth person. But anyway, speaking of disappointment, speaking of hate, speaking of things that were better, and then it came along and fucked everything up. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Lee Charles, the anger, the hate. Kung it's not my fault, ito, Heidenreich. Lee Charles, Paleets. Dalena is in the house. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Kasi yung Resident Evil Netflix talaga na
Whoa. Hold on.
On the break.
Can we say it's just
We caught him mid-rant.
past the podcast and we have 21 people watching and you are putting us into deep shit.
What you don't understand, ladies and gentlemen, is while we're doing the intro, while the intro movie was playing, nagsisimula na yan siya. He's been talking like shit, blah blah blah. We just caught him
Kagabi pa during our test run.
Right. And he
siya.
hasn't stopped. How are you? Let me ask you a very useless question. How are you, Lee? How are you? What's keeping you busy?
Other than
syempre last week busy, tapos pinanood ko yung walang kwenta Netflix na yan. So itong episode na to dedicated lang sa pantatrash talk namin lahat. So magandang gabi sa inyo bago namin kayo bad tripen.
Episode 50 episodes in. I just want to give everybody a round of applause for that. 50 freaking solid episodes. We've done 50 solids. And for the people who are here, who's been with us for the past 50 episodes, thank you very much.
thank you.
You guys are one of the reasons, or the primary reasons why we keep doing this. Apart from the fact that we also love what we're doing. So, yeah, whether you like it or not, we'll keep doing it. But thank you. I know. Ganon ka walang ingrato. walang ka pasalamat. I just want to read some of the comments here before we get started. Yu Yu, shout out po to you. Will Procha, thank you. Si Arthur James Malgapo, of course.
Also,
Dr. Jimmy, the Dr. Jimmy is in the house.
Let's go.
Welcome, sir. He's now in Makati. He's now in Manila.
He works in Makati.
Living the dream. We were able to run into him sa secret base when we went there with Gino. And he's now going to be living his dream for Street Fighter in the Philippines. So welcome. Jumel Chua said Resident Evil series. Here's a better one. Trix, ano yung tawag nila sa Resident Evil in Japan?
I don't want.
Biohazard?
No. You have to say it. No. Say it now.
Say it.
Or it will eat at your heart. What is it?
Politically correct hazard.
It's not biohazard though. It's politically correct hazard. Yes, Pasig pala. Oh, Pasig pala si
Yes.
si
That's
Dr.
right.
Jimmy. And of course, Miss Shield Manalo is here. Shield.
Malano.
Malano pala. Yung kasama mo, papantayan namin to. Huwag kang mag-alala. Pero may niyayaya sa kanya si Cap kanina. May aquarium daw.
At sa SeaWorld. Nadali ka sa SeaWorld.
Sa bio-research. Ano SeaWorld? SeaWorld. Bio-research lang tayo, Brad.
Ay, okay.
Mahal ko
Wait,
eh.
I love this comment. Captain Mike with that haircut. Wow. Talaga hin-highlight mo yan, ha? Cap, ha?
Yan na si Boss Paleets, Mr. Dismaya.
140
You yourself know why.
140 stars sent by Miss Shield. Thank you.
Yes, salamat. Sabi niya dito, pakilabas po yung kapatid ni Taguro. I still have to find the context.
Sino po? Dalawa po sila dyan. Ayun si Palito o si Joshua.
Euphemism ba yan? Does that mean something dirty? Kasi
Hindi ka din magets eh.
kapatid ni
Hindi
Taguro.
naman yung sinasabi. Hindi ka din magets.
But anyway, that's we have quite the discussion for you this evening. We're just basically just gonna chill. We're just gonna hang out. There might be some people that will be joining us today. If ever they could make it, then please feel free to do so. Teka lang, sabi ni Apple, ang gwapo naman nito, pwedeng pa isa po. Isang sabihin mo sa akin, bigyan kita ng isa. Hey Paul, what's up, man? So we're gonna be talking about some of the stuff that are very close to our hearts. There's not a lot of pizzazz. There's not a lot of sugar coating. It's gonna be happening. It's episode 50. This is midway to getting our centennial episode. So it has to be full of hardship. It has to be full of trouble and tribulation, and because we love pop culture so much. We're all gamers, we're all comic book nerds, we love video games. Of course, we watch a lot of TV, and we watch a lot of movies. There are good movies, and of course, every fanboy's dream, and I think everybody would agree that every fanboy's dream is to see their favorite title or their franchise, whether it's a cartoon or a video game, or anyone else. We do want to see it on the big screen. But you know what else we want to see from the big screen? Who else we want to see in person, not just on the big screen?
Yeah.
Because this person is finally here in Manila, and he finally made it, and he's joining us for the show. Halfway awake, halfway asleep, ang nag-iisang tunay na Heneral Jazz, Comoda, is in the house. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Manila. Gising ka na ba?
Ha? Gising pa.
Tulog.
Gising pa. Yan.
Kung inakala niyo natulog na ako, nagkakamali kayo. Hindi pa ako
nagkakamali kayo.
Can we simply ask how's the trip?
Ha?
I'm curious to ask, how's the trip?
Oh man, so super rough. Like, grabe yung turbulence. So it wasn't the most it wasn't the smoothest airplane ride. Di kami nakatulog ng maayos sa airplane. So, yeah.
Was
Yun.
it PAL?
It is, pal. Yeah.
Yeah, I can sympathize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Like, nagka-problema din
Lahat nireklamo natin today.
Ano yun? We got transferred to a smaller plane last minute. So, yeah. So like, originally yung plane namin is yung malaki, yung parang 242, yung configuration ng upuan. Nilipat kami sa sa 33, yung parang Cebu Paklan din. So, ayaw ko naisipin, it's stressful, but at least nakarating kami dito. So,
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, General. We're about to stress shit up even more this evening.
yes!
Because this is the kind of stress you need, you know. Pero welcome. He's going to be part of Conquest tomorrow. So yeah, we're in Conquest. Yeah. You're gonna be in the Metasports booth. Tell us about your booth tomorrow, and then maybe you could invite people there.
Yeah. Actually, our booth is technically called the Web3 Arcade. So anything Web3, you can play it there. We got some of the games the Axie Origin. Some of the games you don't know yet. We got Eve.io, so that's like a Valorant style Web3 NFT game. We have yung parang napag-usapan na rin natin, Big Time GG, you can play it there. And if you play it there, you get a chance to win a Ruby Pass, you know? And of course, Galaxy Fight Club as well. Ayun.
Nice. At dahil dumating si Heneral Jazz, I just wanna start counting the stars we're getting. Jesus Christ.
My God.
The stars party is again activated. We have stars from Jacob down for 15 stars. Thank you.
Thank you.
Miss Shield said like 300
Thank you,
stars. We got Will Parocha sending 100 stars. Sent us a GG. More episodes to come. G3.
Yeah.
Henshin. Yes, sir. Thank you. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Wow. Okay na, nakakakuha na ba tayo ng enough stars? Tama na ta? Tigil na natin. Okay na, maraming salamat. Sige, just salamat ta. Yun lang po. No, but so now we got that. Now that we got Heneral Jazz here, as I was saying earlier, we're just gonna dive straight into it. We're gonna talk about the stuff that every fanboy wanted to see. It's to see their favorite icons and their favorite characters, their favorite stories played out, in the big screen. Because the big screen is the big screen, right? I mean, that's where you want to see everything. If you remember the first time we heard about the Spider-Man movie that was gonna come out, it was huge. We heard about Street Fighter coming out back in the day. That was huge. Wow, we're finally going to see not Guile on the
Not Guile.
fucking Belgian, man. Like, I swear to God, man. And most of them were not as what we expected. Yeah, and I told you we're the nicer ones. And then some of them are just downright awful. And the awful, and in the true spirit of G, we'll focus on the awful. We won't be taking a look at the bright side or anything. We're not going to take a look at the best possible things that could come out of it. Hell no, we are going to talk about why it sucks and the fact that it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, no news, no nerditorium, no nothing. It's just all going to be just a reclamo all night long. This is the G3 Spotlight coming in now. Hate, ladies and gentlemen, is the word of the day. Hate as what fuels and fires our passions against these things. We started talking about this just to give everybody that's listening a little bit of an intro. We started talking about this, and it was in fact who started the conversation. Was it Lee? It was Lee, no? Who started the conversation?
It's probably either Lee or Trix.
Yan, dalawa lang naman po sila na talaga. I wouldn't say toxic. I would say venomous. Wala pong toxic dito sa amin. Walang toxic sa G. Venomous kami. Okay? Kamandag. Okay? Yes, it's reklamo time. So we started talking about stuff and how bad certain things are. Starting off with the Resident Evil franchise, and we're huge Resident Evil fans. I think everybody in this show has played at least once in their life a Resident Evil that they liked. That's why when the first set of not Resident Evil came out with Mila Jovovich, all 7 of them, I don't think we were even happy, to say the least. And now this thing came in. It was a new stuff, and we're still not very happy. And you know, oy, Jacob Dan, all right, medyo nabitin tayo. San 50, yes. 300 star set by Jacob Tan of 5 monkeys. Thank you very much. Thank you,
bro, Jacob. Salamat.
Yes, and we got the 1,000 star challenge. Very good. Good job. Palakpakan natin bago tayo mag-out.
Thank you.
Now, I want to get this conversation off started with the question to everybody. Speaking of kamandag, meron palang kamandag dito.
It's like they can't resist but join.
It's the hate that keeps drawing. Yes, welcome. Ang matigas. Noch is in the house. What's up? What's up, sir? Ang linis Hindi nila, mga kaibigan, hindi talaga nila.
Hindi na ako pwede magbigote kasi nandiyan na si Jazz eh. Yung tunay na bigot.
Sabagay.
Special occasion para sa kanya to.
Oh, so pinag-usapan na ba natin yung Mortal Kombat? Tangina.
Sabi ko sa inyo mga kaibigan, you will not find this as a really relaxing podcast. This is where we talk about hate. And I was saying hate, di ba? I was at the mention of the word hate, pop comes in Noch. It's the hate that draws everyone together, no? Again, wala pong toxic dito. We are venomous, not toxic, venomous. So I want to start a conversation out with one question, and that you guys can answer. How bad is the recent Netflix Resident Evil adaptation? Let's start off with that because it's going to scroll over. I want to start the question with somebody who's probably the most neutral of them all, Palito. Paleets, I need to get that venom out as early as
Ako na agad? Sigurado ka?
Ikaw na, pare. Ikaw mauna ka na. There's nothing we can say, and probably at the contention of Trixter, who can out-hate you at this moment. So, how bad was it for you, and what made it bad for you?
It's a fucking shitstorm.
Remember, you only have 2 hours.
Guys.
No, 2 hours to divide it equally, huh? Not 2 hours just for one. Can we be clear?
Wait lang. I just want to make things clear for the viewers. Guys, I gave the show a chance kasi ganun tayo mag-criticize, no? Before we criticize shit, we need to know what we are gonna be criticizing. So I went in it with good hopes because it was a new Resident Evil series, you know, trying to liven up the hype that they started with the new Raccoon City, which failed, by the way. So yung comment ko regarding it, it's total shitstorm. It's not fucking Resident Evil. It's fucking trash. It's a waste of your fucking time. So, the reason being, sa totoo lang kung bakit ayaw ko siya, it's not Resident Evil. And every Resident Evil fan knows that it's not a fucking Resident Evil show. It's not a Resident Evil TV series. It has Easter eggs coming from the Resident Evil games, but it has nothing to do with Resident Evil. It's a fucking woke shit, Riverdale / Love, Death, and Monsters kind of thing, which Netflix came up with, and I don't fucking know why. So there you go.
Can I just say na I feel the hate all the way here in the Philippines.
I felt it all the way here.
Guys,
From you, Nasa
You
Dubai
know-
ka ba? Dubai? UAE.
Nasa Abu Dhabi ako ngayon.
From Abu Dhabi with love, with hate.
This has
Ina-
been brewing for the last week. I've been waiting for this episode to do this. Kasi sa chat pa lang namin sa G3, I've been shitting on this show like so much.
The series.
The
series.
whole series. It's not just one episode. I mean, if there's one saving grace out of all this was Lance Reddick with his performance, but not with his character as Albert Wesker. As you can see in my background,
Highlight mo nga yun.
ayan,
Highlight mo eh.
guys, ano ko lang Let me clear this shit out. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to say that you cannot make a white character into a different diverse character or a black person or an Asian person. What I'm trying to say is he is not Albert Wesker in the series. There is no hint of Albert Wesker.
Yeah, because you made him Wesley Snipes behind the
I mean, why is there a Blade photo there? Explain the Blade photo.
Guys, if you
Yeah.
I'm gonna spoil the shit out of you guys because it's a shit show anyway and you shouldn't watch it. So there was an episode that they showed kaya wala akong pakialam sa spoiler bullshit na yan. Because you shouldn't watch
Grabe ka naman. Paano pag gusto nila panoorin? Tapos pigilan.
This will be the only time that I will not respect your taste. That I will tell in front of your face that I'm a better person than you if you like this show.
Oh, shit.
God
That's
damn.
how much I hate I have on this Netflix TV series. Here's the thing. There was an episode where they showed Lance Reddick wearing the Albert Wesker costume, which looked great. But let's be honest, he looked like Blade, even with the hair and everything. The problem that we have as RE fans, personally that I have as an RE fan, he doesn't have the, nakakatakot na character the same as Albert Wesker in the video game. Diba? Napaka-villainous na character ni Albert Wesker that if you look at him, you know that he's Albert Wesker and he's on some evil shit that he's about to do. Lance Reddick doesn't have that shit. He doesn't have that aura. He doesn't have that characterization. Personally, he did great on his acting as always. He's a great actor. I'm not taking that away from him. It's just that the writing of this shit, the direction, I don't fucking know what kind of creative team Netflix has on this series, but it's total waste of fucking production money.
Grabe yung mga words mo, man. Use your words wisely, pare.
Guys,
Wow, paano mo nagawa yun, sabihin yun sa pinaghirapan ng mga?
oh shit.
Alright, Paleets question. Which one is better, yung Resident Evil show or the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie?
Masuka-suka siya.
Sakto yung tanong eh.
Ito kasi yun. Ganito kasi.
Paliwanag ka.
Gagawa kayo ng pelikula. Make sure na wala kang ilalagay na hindi naman talaga kilala ng mga tao. Sino si Cole Young? Ano papel niya sa mundo? Ano siya? Siya yung the chosen one? Kasi nung panganak siya, may tattoo na siya ng dragon? Ano yun? Diba?
Wait, so
Anong point
if
nung
you had
Cole Young?
to watch only one, which one would you watch? Paleets and Noch.
Oh fuck.
Bilangin mo, wag mo sila pag-isipin baka umabot tayo ng
Teka.
2 oras. RE the series or MK 2021 in
I mean,
one.
here's the thing.
He can't answer. He can't give a straight answer. It's like setting
It's
a
a very
noodle.
simple question, though.
This is a fucking trap, though.
We are trying.
The question
to
is a
get-
fucking trap. There's no right answer to this. So let me give you a take that I would say. If I just have to answer just for the sake of the show, I would say Mortal Kombat. Here's
Naku!
why. Here's
Naku!
why.
No, no.
Here's why. Notch, listen first. Listen first.
Look at this guy.
Alam ko malala. I don't like it. I don't even like it one bit.
Although,
Papakamot pa ng ilong eh, oh.
I want to hear that. I want to hear it. Okay. So
Yeah.
Paleets is saying that he would rather watch Mortal Kombat 2021 than Resident Evil, the Netflix TV series. And Noch is in Notch's mind. The fuck do you mean? Answer that. Answer that.
I agree with that.
Naalala mo ba yung laban ni ano? Naalala mo yung laban ni Sub-Zero? Laban ni Sub-Zero, Scorpion, pati ni Koliang. Naalala mo yun? You choose that? Talaga?
Would you
Wow.
Pinili mo?
would you fucking rather choose a woke version of Resident Evil?
I mean,
Actually, it is a woke version of Mortal
Yes!
Kombat also.
May explanation ako dyan. Sige pa, Paleets, ikaw muna. Kasi ikaw.
Hear me out. The reason why I would say Mortal Kombat 2021, I would rather choose that than the shit that is Resident Evil. Kasi salvageable pa yung franchise. I mean, if you remove Cole Young from the current Mortal Kombat movie, it can be salvageable.
No!
I mean, there are parts that are not. It's shit. I mean, there's nothing good about Mortal Kombat 2021, but you gave me no choice.
I actually would
It's
rather
between two
watch
shit
2021.
shows and one shit.
Wait.
movie and a-
Trickster's agreeing. What the fuck? What were you saying? What were you saying?
I actually would rather watch the MK 2021 than sit through Resident Evil again.
damn!
Wow.
Diba?
Why?
That's coming from the hermit, ah. Galing yan kay hermit. So we
No.
on a pedestal. Pag galing kay Trixter, yung level ng comments yan ganito.
Tangina na, nakahanap
Next
ng
lang
kakampi
tayo,
ang
guys.
putang ina. No, but sige, Trix. Why would you say that you'd rather watch the 2021 version of Mortal Kombat?
Fuck, cause shit, hold on.
I mean,
explain mo yan ngayon, Josh. Explain mo yan ngayon. Tang-ina, explain mo that.
Hold on.
Explain that
Hey,
shit.
guys, let me also reiterate. Hindi pa kasi napapanood ni Noch yung Resident Evil TV series. So he doesn't know what he's in for. Kaya kami ni Trix, napanood na namin yung Resident Evil series from episode 1 till episode 8. And we know the shit that is there. So, kaya, if you're gonna weigh shit on a scale, which one is heavier? Diba?
And here's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Here's the thing. Resident Evil is super boring as shit. Throughout the season, at least with Mortal Kombat, they try to entertain you with their fights and their spectacles. Even if they nerf Goro to the ground, they at least try to do something with the four-armed bastard, as disrespectful as it was.
And si Aquaman yung nakatalo sa kanya.
Yeah, even if he jabbed to Cole Young, they tried to actually give us something pertaining to the source material. I don't have to like it, but they tried.
I mean, at least Kano's there. At least
Yeah.
Kano's there. If there's one redeeming quality, it's just I'd say
There
Kano.
was.
You know.
Even some of the fight scenes, especially the one in the trailer. The one in the trailer, not the one in the...
Come over here. Ganon.
diba? Diba yung sa trailer ng Mortal Kombat, there was some redeeming shit from that trailer. But, alam mo yung pag nanood ka ng TV series, I will just follow through with what Trick said. There will always be one fucking episode one episode will just fucking stand out, even if the whole series is shit. there will always be that one episode that you will remember and you will say, oh, this is a nice show. That there will be some saving grace.
There's
But
nothing like that.
there's nothing.
Ako
Yung
na ba?
sinasabi nga
Ako
ni
na ba?
Trix, yung sinasabi ni Trix na they somehow made it into a generic zombie shit.
Ako na ba?
Oh, sige. Okay. Wait, let me ask you this
No,
first.
here's one more thing. Here's one more thing.
Oh, sige.
Mortal Kombat tries, not successfully, tries to fucking adapt the source material. They failed.
Exactly.
It's shit. But Resident
There was
Evil
an effort
to do something on their own. You can completely ignore that series and just continue on with the Resident Evil games or whatever.
They didn't use any of the lore aside from the zombies, and they even call the virus.
No, they're not zeros, man.
Exactly.
Zombie.
Fucking zeros. Really?
Saying zombie
They're not even called zombies. Yes.
that's very offensive, man.
Well, I mean, they're going to be sued by George Romero if they use the term zombies. That's the deal with the Walking Dead. That's what they call them, walkers.
Okay. Hold on. So just to be clear, we are not defending any of the shows. It's just that the fight is now between who is the worst, right? Just to make it clear.
I know. At the bottom of the barrel.
Right. Evil.
Oh, everyone can also join us. We have a poll already at the G3 podcast. Giving you.
There's a poll.
Please,
Would you rather
gumawa pa
watch?
kayo ng poll. Putang ina.
I want to hear what Noch has to say about why he would say that Mortal Kombat 2021 is far worse than Resident Evil Netflix TV series. I want to hear what he has to say about it.
Okay, ganito. So, I haven't really, sabi nga ni Lee, di ba, hindi ko pa napapanood yung Resident Evil. And I don't plan to. Doon pa lang sa narinig ko na zeros yung pangalan sa zombies. No. Bye. Di na. Here's the thing. Kaya sobrang burat na burat ako sa mga. Kasi even if you take out Cole Young, kahit ilagay mo lahat yung characters ng Mortal Kombat doon sa fucking movie na yon. Putang ina, kay Jax pa lang support na eh.
Right.
T-Rex.
Hey, Jack.
Diba?
Fucking alambre arms.
Hindi ko nilalabanan yung sinasabi ni Lee pati ni Trixter. Kasi ako, I can't say anything. I can't say anything kasi hindi ko pa napapanood yung RE. Malay ko, baka magustuhan ko. Baka hindi. Diba? I don't really know it kasi I don't plan to watch it. Point is, if sa mga narinig ko, if I was to equate yung Resident Evil series, it would definitely be the Super Mario Brothers movie.
You really had to go that far. You suck.
Yes.
That's a low bar.
Hindi, literally, di ba? Gusto niyo Dragon Ball Evolution or yung Tekken? Diba?
No!
I'll do you one better. The King of Fighters.
Or yung Dead or Alive.
I'll do you one better. Fucking Alone in the Dark.
Oh no, that's Uwe Boll. That's Uwe Boll territory. All Uwe Boll video game movies.
I'll fight him
terrible.
too if he wants to fight that Jack. Anyway, go
No,
ahead.
pero seryoso, di ba? I mean, if you're going to talk about yung sobrang nilayo nila sa lore, then here goes Super Mario Brothers. Ganun na ganun. And whatever you say, guys, it's meron dyan mga fanatics na, okay lang yan kasi ibang story, ganyan, di ba? Now, pag bumalik tayo sa Mortal Kombat review, wala ka maririnig na ganun eh. Walang, iba yung story. Hindi. Kasi, ayun yung point eh. Yun yung point eh. Hindi iba yung story. Pero they crapped on it. They crapped on the story. Si Resident Evil, ang sinasabi ko is, si Resident Evil, from what I hear is, it was different. Completely different. And maybe that was what they were going for. Baka yun yung pinaka-ginagawa nila. For the woke kids, baka eh. Pero si Mortal Kombat was advertised and marketed as a reboot. A fucking reboot. They had the nerve to include the fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero para lang masabi na, okay, Mortal Kombat siya. Then you come, tapos mapakita mo si Cole, hindi. Yun yung point ko. Yun yung point ko. It's possible na baka yung Resident Evil, it was really meant to go in a different direction.
Oh no.
Mortal Kombat was advertised as a reboot.
Right. So what
That's
he's saying
my
is,
thing, no?
what he's saying is that better the devil that you know than the one you don't. I think that's. See, Rene, this is what you do. Fucking ask that. See, you like what you're doing? This is what happens when you do shit like that. You instigator.
I do have a question about both franchises, since I'm not as updated as you guys. Will there be a new Mortal Kombat movie, or will there be a new season of Resident Evil?
Yeah.
So
There's
all
going
of this,
to be a
all of
new
this
Mortal
is gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So Trixter, how many series is intended for the Resident Evil?
Well, the showrunner wants, it's not confirmed, he wants 16 more seasons of this show.
Nice.
16.
Yeah.
16,
So
man.
this could be
nerd
a
and the
yearly thing for
boss.
J3. Like every year, we shit on the latest season.
What is this, Maraclara? Ganon? Yung,
And again,
Ang probinsya.
and again, it might be the direction is different. Literally,
Yeah.
yun yung intent nila. Diba? Yun yung intent nila. And I'm not saying na it's good. You know?
I mean,
Different.
hindi lang naman kasi yung it's a different story. As a geek, as a nerd, we don't mind a different story or different takes on a show that we love or in a franchise that we love.
Bakit ayaw niyo sa Monster Hunter? Got you there, fucker.
Cans of worms, like
No. Here's the thing with Monster Hunter, every game has a different story.
right. Every
With a different monster.
We're talking about the movie though.
Yeah.
With Mila Jovovich shooting monsters with assault rifle.
But that's
This
not
is
what
fucking trash. Yan nga yung sinasabi ko. It's not just on how different the story is. It's about how good the story is. If
And
it's a
nothing
bad
shit about it.
story, if it's a shit story, it's a shit story. You cannot change shit and turn it into gold. Diba?
Well, they certainly tried. So
Did they?
so
Para akong aggravated. Pwede po ba tayo maglagay ng background ni Tulfo dito?
ang problema is
Papatulpo ko lang yung buong Netflix.
sa Resident Evil naman kasi. Sure, I can understand the point with the reboot for Mortal Kombat, the fucking movie. Since they're also going to reboot it again after 11, fucking, can you imagine if they put Cole Young in the actual game?
Oh no!
Diba? If that happens, the
felt
movie will
disappointment.
technically be game accurate.
Dude, no.
Gagawin nilang cover si Cole Young, no? Doon sa ano.
Now with Resident Evil,
And I will write.
I have a fucking letter to
I
write.
will write NetherRealm Studios, pare. I will write them, and I will.
and
Strongly worded email.
with Resident Evil naman, they're trying to bring it in the main timeline. They're not trying to put this as a weird alternate universe thing. They said this is like 20 years after 8.
So when the new Resident
Yeah,
Evil
20 years
comes out,
after 8.
it's part of the story, like what happened in the series.
Yeah, that's what they're
Yeah.
going for. Pero,
So canon yun, canon.
Canon. And I refuse to accept it's canon. So.
the strange thing is, after they said that, a little while later, after it said it's 20 years later after 8, Capcom announced a DLC starring Rose. And the DLC takes place 20 years after the main game of Resident Evil 8.
which has nothing to do with the Resident Evil TV series.
Nope. It's still Ethan Winters and shit.
I'll shoot, and that's gonna be. I'll shoot them with a fucking cannon. You know, that's what I'll do.
And then, since the showrunner wants his 16 seasons, right? He also wants to bring in Lady Dimitrescu, but she's dead, right? She's fucking dead in Resident Evil 8. So you're going to bring her in, then probably shit on her. Like what they did to Nitara in Mortal
Okay guys, ganito. Let us, dapat mag-agree tayo dito. Agree tayo. That Capcom is shit. Let's agree that Capcom is shit. Except for Street Fighter na posibleng o maging okay pa. Or Monster Hunter, the game.
No. The game. Okay.
The game.
The game.
The game was never bad though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the game was never, well,
try.
Monster Hunter was bad, the first one.
Well, yeah,
It had bad controls. It had
3
bad.
though.
But it was the first one though.
The 3 one was good.
3 is
No, you can. It's like this. If you're going to say it's because it's the first one, then what happened to Super Mario Brothers? The game, the game.
Right.
Diba?
You mean the Turtles? No, the Super Mario Brothers game was fine. It was fun. It was like
Exactly the point. Kasi ang sabi ni Jazz, it was the first one though, which is okay, understandable. But if you're going to use that reasoning, then ano nangyari sa Super Mario Brothers 1, which was, one of the most famous video game in the world. So it para sa akin, it's hindi dapat reasoning yun. Kasi clunky.
It doesn't excuse
yung
them.
control. Oh, it doesn't excuse them really. Kasi isipin mo yung generation of Super Mario Bros. 1 with the generation of Monster Hunter 1 na PS2. Diba? They had a lot more technology than that.
Yeah, they refined it.
And they refined it, and it became Monster Hunter World, which is great. And here comes Monster Hunter Rise. I haven't played it, pero sabi nila maganda rin daw. Diba?
It was great. Yeah,
so,
it's great.
Yeah. So let's agree na wag na sana siguro sila mag-adaptation.
Let's agree that they should just shut the fuck up and not do any more of this.
And then just
ito yung on what Chino was saying na wag nang magano. This is the weirdest shit or logic that I have. They keep taking old franchises and trying to sell it to a new audience, which doesn't make fucking sense because what they should be targeting are the people that already know the franchise. The same with the new Toy Story movies.
Ako may point. Nagigets ko yung point.
Diba?
I'm getting their point. I get their point. I get their point.
I mean, on the financial side, I would understand. Pero katulad ng ginawa ng Toy Story, hear me out. Toy Story didn't sell the new Toy Story movies to kids. They didn't. They sold it to the ones. Yeah, I mean the Toy Story. Is it 4 or
no? It's
not the Lightyear one. The continuation.
Toy Story 1, 2, and 3.
Diba Toy Story 4 and then yung pinakahuli. Diba?
4 ata yung huli, diba?
Oh. 4 ata yung huli. And then may isa pa, may sumunod pa. May sumunod pa eh. May sumunod after that. There were 2.
No. 3 was supposedly the end. Because that's where Andy gives the toys away. Sorry, spoiler.
And then 4. So there was 3 and 4.
Follow-up wherein that's where Woody decides he's free. He doesn't want to be a toy anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he became a real boy. He became a real boy.
He became a real boy.
Yeah.
Fucking Pinocchio.
Diba, yun yung sinasabi ko. They didn't try to sell the story to a new audience because they already know they have a fan base of the franchise, and they have those people have kids that would follow what they watch. And I don't understand how the new franchise are doing. Katulad ng sa Mortal Kombat, katulad ng netong Resident Evil. Why are you trying to sell it on a market that doesn't even know Resident Evil 1? They don't even play that shit. They don't even have a fan base for that shit. Kasi alam natin, mapapansin mo sa Resident Evil Netflix series, it was totally marketed for the younger generation with the Billie Eilish shit, with the
Billie
fashion
Eilish
style.
kahapon pa yan.
Diba? Like,
I mean, he has a point.
ang daming
Eilish songs.
Ang daming
Ito,
Billie
I
Eilish
agree.
song. Even yung forma nung isang batang babae was totally Billie Eilish. And I think her name was Billie.
Her name is
Yeah,
Billie.
her name is Billie, the white girl. Yeah.
Agree ako dito.
Right?
Agree ako sa sinasabi ni Paleets. Pero ito, I'll give you something. Sabi mo yung fan base. Let's bring it back. Let's say Sonic. Have all of us watched Sonic 1
I have,
and 2?
yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
The
okay.
first
So what do you
one,
think
I
about
haven't
it?
seen the second
What do you think about Sonic, either 1 or 2?
It was a good
I love
adaptation.
the first one.
It was good.
Okay. It was good.
It's great as it is.
The first trailer sucked though.
Wait. Hold on. Now, ito yung point dun. They were again. Sonic is way older than Resident Evil. They were again trying to get a new generation of fans, kids. Pero what they got was they have a new generation who knows Sonic now, and they also have the older generation who appreciated Sonic then. Diba? Kasi sabi niyo maganda siya. I enjoyed it, except for Knuckles. Pero I enjoyed it. Diba? At yun yung point eh. It doesn't come down to
I'll let you finish.
what game should be adapted. It's really the storytelling. It's really the people behind it.
No, I understand
Kung paano
what you're
nagiging-
trying to say, Gino.
Shit,
Pero
diba?
ito yung I don't agree with the comparison because Sonic in reality doesn't have the same story or lore as Resident Evil.
Oh, pero it's different.
Wait.
It's different pa rin. I mean, no,
kasi
it's different pa rin, man.
Fuck you. Hindi kasi si Sonic was just a 2D game. It's like
No,
Mario. It doesn't have a
no,
story
no.
that big.
It has
Wala
a
siyang
story.
ganong kalaking lore.
Comics.
In the comics, sure.
No. Pero yun yung lore eh. That's the lore. Tandaan mo, ang Mortal Kombat had a reboot in the game. Diba?
Yeah,
Si
they
Sonic
established
had
a
a lot
lore.
of stories. At nauna yung stories ng Archie Comics dun sa Mortal Kombat.
There's also Sonic Adventure.
And there are a lot of
series,
there are a lot of Sonic series, Sonic animated series na naging patok din. And, yung ang point ko is this. Let's say si Mortal Kombat reboot was given to someone who knows his shit. Alam nila, gamer siya, alam niya yung lore and everything else. Then, we could have possibly had Johnny Cage and the first movie instead of that shit.
We know
instead of
one
that shit, di ba? Right. Exactly. Instead of that shit.
If I may interject, I think both of you are actually saying very similar things. I think you both have the same point. There should always be respect for your core audience, the people who made the property.
Yeah. Kasi ganun nangyayari kay Sonic eh.
Kasi exactly. That's what Sonic did. I think what Noch is trying to highlight is there should be a happy compromise wherein you please your core audience,
Yes,
but
exactly.
still appealing a new generation.
To the
of
new
fans.
ones.
I mean,
Oo.
remember when they did the first iteration of Sonic movie?
I was
How
about to say.
shitty, di ba? Yung
Si Ugly Sonic.
yung
Sonic, yeah.
si
Alam
Sonic.
mo yun,
Pero si Ugly Sonic got redeemed ha. If you
Ito,
guys watch the newest
Ito.
Chip and Dale
Fuck
Chip and
that.
Dale,
movie,
yeah.
Fuck that.
The Chip and Dale
he was
movie.
there. He was there.
You're opening a
I
brand new
don't
can of
fucking
worms.
care.
He's the
I
hero.
don't fucking care if any other franchise.
He has a booth
That is
in like
not
a Comic Con or something.
Ang weird kasi nung
That
unang
is not
iteration.
my Rescue Rangers. Fuck that.
Oh, weird.
At all.
Hey man, ako Trix, paborito ko yung Chip and Dale ha. paborito ko yung Chip and Dale, ah. Pero, it was fun lang din. Sobrang gago lang talaga na ginawa nilang sobrang animated yung isa is hindi. Alam mo yun? Pero
parang sila, mga child star, same treatment, di ba? Parang nalaos.
For me, it was fun. It was fun to see them,
it's just
back in action, whatever.
They just ate Roger Rabbit again. It's not what you expected from Rescue Rangers. It's just a huge parody of the animation industry. That's why I don't like the Rescue Rangers movie. They don't even chipmunk their voices up. It's just Andy Samberg and whatever that guy's name is.
John Mulaney.
Yeah, him.
John Mulaney.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just the energy that goes up; it's also our faith in humanity that goes down in this conversation. So I just wanna. No. Let's. The thing is, adaptations have always been something that we either look forward to or dread. Now, here's what else is coming. Yu Yu Hakusho is coming. And we all know how fucking close to Filipino fans' hearts Yu Yu Hakusho is, and not just in the Philippines, but worldwide. It has a worldwide appeal. A lot of people.
May laban din ako dyan.
Wait lang. Right? Another thing that's coming in, as far as the live action adaptation is concerned, is Death Note again, right? And
wait, is this a follow up to the previous live action?
No, it's a reboot. I think. I mean, based on what I read,
it should be a reboot of. Like, they really want to be anime-based dun sa bagong ilalabas na Death Note because the first one was shit. So...
And the second one also. It's going to be the third.
Was there two? Was there two?
Yeah, there were two.
Yeah, there was one.
I didn't even
the
know.
American one.
I didn't even know.
There was the Japanese movie.
Yeah, there's a Japanese
Netflix show. Okay.
Yeah, and there's an American one. The problem with American Death Note is it doesn't apply to America really well because Death Note was Death Note was criticizing the Japanese society and how the system works. You putting it in America won't translate well. It's not really the same. The reason
ako may question ako. After picks. The reason why fucking Light was like that is because he's a huge egomaniac who can't be stopped. He thinks he's a genius and no one will stop him. And the system, and Japan's system itself is heavily flawed. That's why he knows.
Yun yung maganda sa original na Death Note, guys. The thing with the American TV series, they made it the typical movie trope wherein there was a guy who's being bullied all the time, who's trying to search for justice. Like,
he's not being bullied.
He was.
No, he was a super genius who thinks he's the best.
Sa American version. In the American version, again, they put it on the American basic trope ng movies na meron nabubuling bata and they want to be, servant of justice, di ba?
That no one ever was.
But Japan, the version of Japan, what made it so popular is that he's just a regular guy who's seeing things happening around his world. I mean, in his city, and nothing's being done. He was studying well. He was top of his class. You would never even think that he was the killer. But on the American TV series, you immediately know who's gonna be the killer because he's being bullied. It doesn't apply. The storyline was shit. Wala eh. Dun sa una, that was the mystery eh.
May tanong ako sa inyo.
Go.
Ano yan?
Okay, so i-set aside natin yung westernized versions of these crappy movies kasi alam naman natin na wala lang siyang kwenta eh. AKA Dragon Ball Evolution and Tekken.
Fuck you! May
Live.
I hear Dragon Ball Evolution. I'm sorry.
And Dead or Alive, King of Fighters, and Street Fighter, yada yada yada. So, sige, Japanese tayo. Japanese adaptation. So, alam mo, ngayon na naiisip ko siya, I don't think it's the Japanese versions or the American version yung medyo crappy. And I think it's just Netflix.
Yeah.
I think it's just Netflix.
Yeah.
Kasi ganito yun.
100%.
Ganito yun. Nung lumabas yung Rurouni Kenshin na live
it was good.
nung hindi niyo pa napapanood, anong in-expect?
No, I was hyped for it.
I was hyped.
Okay.
I really wanted to watch it.
I saw the trailer. It's all I wanted.
On that note, Gino, whenever I have these live adaptations that they have trailers, I don't criticize it as from what they made before. Like I said, I give it a chance, katulad ng Resident Evil TV series. Kasi katulad nung sa Samurai X or kay Kenshin Himura, it was good. It was so great. And you would never expect that from Netflix.
It was the best live adaptation na napanood.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They look like the characters.
And don't forget, hindi galing sa Netflix.
Warner Brothers.
It wasn't
Warner Brothers.
Oh,
Warner
right.
Brothers.
Worldwide.
So ganito. Tapusin na natin kasi ayoko nag-aaway-aaway tayo, guys.
Wait, no. I want to fight.
No, don't fight, guys. Guys, don't fight. Let's all agree.
We were
Na si Netflix talaga was scrappy. Si Netflix is scrappy with these adaptations. No, Cowboy Bebop, 'di ba? Yung upcoming Yu Yu Hakusho. Alam naman natin yung One Piece medyo
Cowboy Bebop on its own merit, they tried. They really tried. The source material
and
was
Mortal
there.
Kombat tried too.
No, but wait, listen. They didn't
But
change
wait,
shit.
listen, I have
Sandali, pakinggan mo muna. Cowboy Bebop really stuck to the source material.
Kahit magbabasa ako ng comment.
They did too.
Guys, may comments.
Madami tayong comment, wait lang.
Hold on. Dumadami comments natin dito.
Hindi
Because
makapasok
ito yung problema sa Cowboy Bebop. It was already a niche market, even in the anime community. It was never even popular to the mainstream. Diba? Let's be honest. Nobody from the new anime generation knows Cowboy Bebop unless you tell them that, what's your favorite anime? Cowboy Bebop was great. The one thing that I hate about the Netflix series was that the characters, they didn't present Spike Spiegel properly. I mean, he's a great actor and all. I'm not taking that away. Again, I don't mind if he's Asian, but Spike Spiegel has that sass, has that, elegance to him.
There is one.
When he enters a room, Spike Spiegel is Spike Spiegel. When you see Spike in the anime, you would know the way he walks, the way he talks, the way he presents himself. He's a character that everyone will remember. But they didn't make that into the movie. Cool.
He's not
so plain.
That's what you're saying.
Exactly. That's how Spike Spiegel was in the anime. I'm a big fan of the fucking anime.
There is one character in Cowboy Bebop that I was very disappointed in.
That's a girl?
Let me guess.
Okay, guess.
The girl with the book?
Ed?
No.
Who?
Grin.
Okay.
Guys, Bleach Netflix version.
It's trash!
Yeah. But I'm hopeful sa Full Metal Alchemist. Part 2 and Part 3 are coming up. Okay. I'm hopeful because Warner Brothers is behind it. Same as Rurouni Kenshin. So I'm hopeful.
Oh, sure.
Captain Mike, why don't you go ahead and read the comments right now?
Yeah, kasi
on that hopeful note.
The chat is also pero mag-umpisa muna tayo sa taas. May tanong dito si Jacob Tan. Ang sabi niya, ano yung mas maalat? Ito mas mahirap to. Yung Raccoon series o yung Raccoon City or yung series na...
Series.
Series is shit. The
Series,
Welcome to the
yeah.
Raccoon City, something has the remnants of the games. The only
At
thing
least
that
I
they still
finished
don't-
watching it.
At least it's just 2 hours.
At least tinapos ko. It's 2 hours. So.
Actually, I was gonna tell that to Noch earlier. Given the 2 types of torture that I will have to submit myself to, at least Mortal Kombat ends before 2 hours.
All right.
That's what I'm gonna. At least
Would
it
you
fucking
want
finishes.
more-
If I want to
At
watch,
least it's done in one sitting.
Pinasaya mo ako doon. Pinatawa mo ako doon, bro. Pinatawa mo ako doon.
at least it's done.
Yeah.
Tapos,
Right.
sabi dito,
That's true.
ito si Rene Nice pumasok, sabi niya, gusto ko yung aura ni Rene. Parang kami.
Parang
Si Rene talaga yung ano.
Because of the lighting and because of what I'm wearing, every time people wear stars, I'm gonna start dancing.
yan.
Yan.
Baka mamaya may pagmadala ng 5 stars. Dapat specific number of stars.
Ano?
Si Rene
Sayaw
ang
lang.
fruit chicken
Send those stars over. Para lang bigyan nyo lang ng dahilan si Palito mag-calm down, please.
Okay. So,
Hindi, nagyosi na nga ako eh. Sorry guys, nagyosi na ako. Sobrang tumataas na yung alta pressure ko eh. Putang ina mo palabas.
One Piece Netflix edition.
Hindi.
Okay, let me start off with that shit. You know, I mean, One Piece as it is in the manga is great as it is as an anime. It's fucking phenomenal with the way the storytelling is. It's fine. I like it. I'm still gonna be a Dragon Ball fan always, through and through.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Fuck that! No!
Fuck that shit.
Dragon Ball, ano yung sasabihin mo? You gotta be specific din kasi William, no? Anto ko. Sabi mo lang Dragon Ball. So, collectively yung pagkaka-understand.
Let me fucking tell you about Dragon Ball Evolution. All right.
Let me read the
Oh shit, here we go.
Okay, guys, alis na pala ako. So, just to leave you with one note, no? Just to leave you with one note, no? Cole Young sucks and Mortal Kombat 2021 sucks ass forever. Bye.
Hayop ka! Wala akong bawi sa'yo, hayop ka!
Motherfucker.
Sige. State your case.
O yan ha,
Babalik
naghamon
babalik
ka. Sabi ni Jacob Tan, madali ako kausap sa Rene, 100 stars. Okay.
Can we have a background music?
Do this!
Nakasan mo ako, Joe.
Background music.
Sige, tuloy nyo lang yung debate. I'm just gonna
Okay na nito ni Mike, ganyan ba yung tugtugas
for
sa
another
pinupuntahan mo?
100 stars, I will give my reasons why I like Resident Evil. The series.
You
I think that's
traitor!
harder than that.
Betrayer of your own king, you suck!
Wow, pere. Nabibili ako eh.
Pag narinig ni Chiria, babalik yan. Babalik
Sabi
si
nga
Chiria.
ni Rene, sa isang usapan namin, pokpok siya, madali siyang kausap.
Talaga. Pero
Hindi, wag Resident Evil. Mortal Kombat. Pabalik.
Mortal
kasi
Kombat.
umalis. Wala kang bawi.
I will discuss the merits of Dragon Ball Evolution.
What? Really? Hindi mo na, no. The guy left me asking me about Dragon Ball Evolution. Sabay umalis. Yun ang kakampihan mo. Wag ganon. Kakampihan mo ko.
Ginalit ka lang tapos umalis na. No?
Alam mo yan?
Umalis na.
May ganun
Pinipilit
talaga
ka,
ako eh.
First
Gigil
blood.
ni Machi. No,
Wala man ng fire in the hole.
Wala.
Wala.
Tapos pinagulong lang niya doon sa gitna ng Granada. No, but going to One Piece, One Piece definitely is something that a lot of people are looking forward to. You know, a lot of hype is being built around it. A lot of expectations are being there's even this really quick TikTok, or at least on Twitter, that they showed the main character. Tapos ito na, we're here in South Africa. This is where we're going to be
They're
shooting
in that boat. Yeah, and Go and Marry. Yeah.
Diba? Going Merry, right? So
Yeah.
they're saying there's a lot of production value is being added onto this thing. But really to ask, let me just, to me, it won't be something you would be able to put off. Call me a cynic, all right? Call me a pessimist, but
Yeah.
the level of storytelling and the grand story that is One Piece as what it is now
Into a movie.
into a movie.
Yeah, you cannot pull it off. Yeah.
Oh wait, so
Right?
it's a movie, not a
I
series.
thought it was a series.
It's a movie. I believe it's a
Alright.
movie.
Is it?
Is it is it American or Japanese?
American.
American.
No, it's
Ah,
American. It's American production.
It's
Here's the
mixed.
thing,
It's mixed.
Even if it is a movie, even if it is a TV series, what are you gonna do? You're gonna start off where they started off, and you're gonna
No.
fast forward your way to where they are now, past Wano and the current
they're
storylines.
actually-
From
they're actually
what
taking
I-
a certain arc.
From what I read, they will start where they picked up Robin.
Yeah, that's
That's the arc that they're gonna start on.
Okay.
They're not gonna start from scratch where Luffy and Zoro met. So they will start
Okay.
actually when they already have the full team. Actually, tama, full team na kasi nandun na si ano eh. Ay, hindi pa, wala pa si...
Yeah.
So
Ennis
si
Lobby?
Robin pa lang. Oo, sa Ennis Lobby. Yes. So Ennis
Yeah.
Lobby arc.
Wala pa dun si Brooke
Wala pa
sa
si
Ennis Lobby.
Wala pa si
Yeah.
Brooke.
And
Wait.
wala pa si...
Time out. Brother Jacob Dan, I just saw your comment, and I've been reading your comments here because earlier we were so in the
Which
conversation,
comment?
we
Which
forgot
comment?
about the comments. But I just says here, Jacob Dan says, and thank you very much for the stars. But you, in fairness, sa Dragon Ball Evolution, maganda yung sound effects.
Where? Yeah, it's something.
No. Okay. I like you.
Nothing about it.
I met you. You were nice to me. I was nice to you. But no. Have you seen that thing when Piccolo was the Makampo Sampo? It's just, no. Okay. The Kamehameha that looks like cigarette smoke, but it's blue, and the way that it sounds like we no. All right. He'll tell you what.
I think I remember mentioning to you, BJ, that I like the fact that Piccolo was played by Spike from Buffy.
Hmm.
So that's why I
Oh,
watched.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't care.
Hi guys. Mali pala ako. Mali ako. Let me correct myself. It wasn't Ennis Lobby. It was the Arlong arc.
Arlong arc. Okay.
Arlong arc.
So,
So, mali ako.
way the beginning.
Yeah.
It was the Arlong arc.
That's what I'm saying. You are going to go back for a long period, way back in the past, even way before they reached the Grand Line. Even when they're just still wanting to become pirate kings and all that shit. And how are you gonna pull that off? Me being a cynic of all this, because proven track record of what we've seen so far. A lot of these TV shows and a lot of these movies tend to rush things. Remember Welcome to Raccoon City? It was a combination of 1, 2, and 3, but no tyrants whatsoever. But Lisa Trevor was there, right? Mr. X wasn't, but William Birkins was. And that's probably the smallest William Birkins I've seen until he turned into this big giant greasy monster on the train that looked like the aswang in the Tick Tick Chronicles, who looks like Ryuk. I know Ding Dong Dantes would have beaten the shit out of that will mutate. Duduraan mo lang ng ano yan nung Ding Dong, Boy Bawang, mamatay yun
Boy Bawang.
I swear to God, even Joey Marquez with his pumping pang na may tubig asin, mamamatay yun because it's not the William Birkins, and that's what we're saying. We are going to go through all of these things, and it's because it's to attract a new audience, it's to attract a new thing. Fine, well and good. That's fine. But just as what Rene said, you have to have core respect for your core audience because you're using the IP of many people have already fallen in love with. And they like these sort of things. And we have respect for that IP. Let's go back to Halo, the very first thing that we're talking about. Halo, you're not... this. If you take out Halo, like the whole concept and the title itself, would have looked great. Change the armor to something else, right? Don't wear the Spartan armor. Change it to another spacesuit. Don't use the word Halo there. and it would have passed off as a good, if not at least an interesting, entertaining sci-fi TV show. But when you attach the word Halo or One Piece or Resident Evil or Biohazard and all that, you have to expect some backlash coming in. And
You know what's weird about the Halo thing?
oh,
Do you remember? Do you know who funded it?
who?
Paramount.
Paramount?
Oh.
Yeah. You know what else Paramount funded?
What?
The Sonic movies.
Mm.
So they,
So you're
so they had
saying-
this. They had this right.
Yeah.
So what
Wait,
went
so
wrong
if
with
it's
Halo?
Paramount,
They
does it
had
have
the
third
formula.
party in it again?
They had this
It's-
right.
And that's where the problem begins. It's that excessive creative liberty that these directors and these writers are putting in, because we want to make it more relevant to today. We want to. I mean, fine, I get that. They did that with Street Fighter a long time ago. They did that because and because they made it more realistic, especially how Nash and Charlie became Carlos Blanca and all that shit. And again, the only thing that's redeeming to me there was Raul Julia, long live, rest in peace, may his soul be experiencing paradise. That's the only redeeming quality. It's not even a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. For me, it's almost a Raul Julia film. But I understand that they are trying to make it very, very relevant, but not too much. Not to the point that it kind of loses the plot and everything. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, to add to that, and since we're talking about adaptations, a lot of people hated it, but I actually love the Uncharted movie because I love the game. And when they didn't change much. Like, I was watching the video game taking place in the big screen. So it might not be the greatest of stories, but then again, the game didn't have the greatest of stories. So it was just that. I was watching an Uncharted movie, and I was fine with that. It's not Oscar-worthy or anything.
It's Uncharted.
Yeah, it is Uncharted, and I think that's what we all want as fans. I love Uncharted, so what came out in the big screen was Uncharted. No woke shit, no agenda, no major changes. It's just exactly what I wanted. It was right there. It wasn't even unpredictable. I'm fine with it. That's one thing with adaptations. You don't have to shock the audience.
Yeah, you
people
don't have
who
to
are
subvert
fans-
everything.
Yeah, like fans want to see the things they love on screen as it is, or at least as close as possible as they can get. When we started talking about this a few weeks ago, we talked about Assassin's Creed. That was, they tried to be faithful to the source material, but that doesn't really translate well into a 2-hour movie. But, so it's
what a waste of actor. Dude. Michael Fassbender, for crying out loud, just was fucking wasted in that.
Yeah.
I mean, let's put something as a baseline. One adaptation that is really good is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, because it's a book, right?
I mean,
it's a book.
I mean, it's a book, but the way that they executed that movie.
Yeah, they
whole
try to
franchise.
follow to the source material.
That's what we are trying to say.
Even
Even the characters, they didn't change. They even did the characters justice. I mean, everyone was memorable. The reason why I didn't like Uncharted, because I don't like Tom Holland. He's so vanilla.
No, the reason you don't like Tom Holland is he looks like a child.
No, he's so
and
vanilla.
Nathan Drake. I mean, it's a really skinny Nathan Drake, man. I mean,
Nathan Drake
should be hot.
Kahit no offense, I know this is an unpopular opinion. With the new Spider-Man movies, I didn't like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, except
I
the fact
understand.
that he was Spider-Man in the Endgame. That's the only time that I liked him as Spider-Man. But all the other movies, I only watch it because, as a Marvel fan, you need to watch it just to understand the storyline of what's gonna happen. But as a Spider-Man, he's not the best Spider-Man for me.
He's just a nerd,
Exactly. It's so vanilla. That's always my note. Sobrang plain niya na pag nakita mo siya, there's nothing.
Paleets hates kids. Yun lang yun. He hates kids.
Let me circle back to what Heneral Tuna mentioned earlier. You mentioned what was that? Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes.
You mentioned that. And that movie is a mixed bag. It's a mix. It has a lot of mixed reviews.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying that, yes, it's another example of something that's very close to the source material. They all look exactly like in the anime, and even down to the clothing, down to the attitude, down to the acting. But still, it wasn't as successful as you would want it to be. In your case, why do you think it's so? Why do you think that it didn't succeed? Even if, because we're all about being close to the source material, having respect to the core audience. You have some movies like that too that had the adaptation, that approach, but it didn't really sit well with the audience still. So in your particular choice, Full Metal Alchemist, why do you think? General?
Hello?
Hello?
General.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Narinig ka namin.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear.
Shit. Wait.
It's his internet.
Internet.
Ano kayang ano niya?
Ano kayang
Sino kayang
provider niya?
niya?
Pwede paki-adapt ng
This is
maayos
Mayor.
yung ano? Captain Mike, ano ba? Kliyente natin na.
Internet, ako kagad.
No, free.
Yan na naman tayo
I can't hear anything. I can't hear you guys moving. I can't hear you.
It's the internet. Okay, sige.
If there's one
me-
thing
Oh.
I don't like sa Uncharted is there's one. It's just one. It's just a pet peeve. It's Sully. It's just
Mark
Wahlberg?
It's just Mark
Yeah,
Wahlberg.
See,
Oh,
I
wait,
don't
so
think.
Paleets doesn't like Tom Holland. You don't like Mark Wahlberg. So Paleets hates kids. You hate old people.
Mark Wahlberg is not an old man. He doesn't look
Yeah.
like Sully.
He's
It's
an
fine.
old man. He's like almost 50.
That's what I'm saying. The
He's
Uncharted
just Mark
movie.
Wahlberg.
Uncharted movie kind of like de-aged a lot, and he's right. I would have to agree with it every time I watch a Mark Wahlberg movie. And here's another adaptation with Mark Wahlberg, Max Payne. You guys remember that? He was supposed to be,
Now that you mention it, yes, I remember.
right. He was supposed to be Max Payne, but we didn't see him as Max Payne. We saw
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
He's just
That's
Mark Wahlberg
ass.
forever.
And even Gino agrees in that saying and The Rock is always The Rock in every movie.
And The
Yeah.
Rock is always The Rock in every movie. Thank you very much.
Speaking of The Rock, and this is something that I like this movie, and not a lot of people remember this. Did you guys like Doom?
No,
Nah.
I didn't like Doom because simply it was a movie about The Rock, right? And I know they did that one with that first person thing.
Yes, at the end
with
of
the
it. Yeah.
pinky. I know they tried, and then that's really just too much pandering to the crowd. I was telling,
I think the reason why Doom is like that is Doom 3 just came out and Doom 3 wasn't really received well at that time.
Plus the story, hashtag Paleets hates kids. Guys, paramihan nga lang.
Ay!
I mean, okay na yung hashtag na yun kesa Paleets loves kids kasi that can be misinterpreted.
That can be
Bro, chill. Ang ina mo. But let me follow up do sa sinabi ni BJ regarding Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist adaptation was good. It wasn't great, but it was good because they stuck to the source material. That's one thing that I love about Full Metal Alchemist. Kaya medyo hopeful ako dun sa bagong lalabas na movie. Kasi whenever I hate something about something that I watch, I rate it, is it salvageable? Is it something that can be saved by if they do better on the next episode or on the next season or on the next movie? So that's how I see things. Kaya nung nakita ko yung Full Metal Alchemist, it was good kasi ang unfortunate lang, it's based on the rated version, which is the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood. Kasi medyo maganda kasi sana yung unrated version because that's the original source material and that's what made it famous.
That's the dog.
Both of them has it, but it has more. What was the difference?
Yung una. Mas intense.
I remember bits and pieces dun sa nauna Kaso nung hinahanap ko na yung una, hindi ko na siya masyado napapansin. And then Brotherhood came out on TV. So
and props to the special effects, by the way. Siyempre, imagine mo kung ano yung nakita mo dun sa anime.
Yeah.
Tapos nakita mo na minaterialize siya na talagang they were really sticking talaga to the source material mula dun sa costume, mula dun sa
right.
Kapatid. Diba?
Right.
And I give them credit for it. Hindi pa ako kasi amazed unlike.
It was great casting. The casting was great. Siguro kasi even sa anime, that part of the show was not the highlight. The highlight will come later on pa So kaya talagang hindi pa siya ganun ka-hype. But one big disappointment when it comes to anime adaptation is Bleach. Bleach was shit all throughout. It adapted the source material, but it highlighted the battle of Byakuga and Ichigo so much that it was like, was that a whole arc? It wasn't even a whole arc. You know what I mean? Kasi sa anime and sa manga, it wasn't even a whole arc. It was just
they condensed it so much.
Diba? Tapos si Byakuya, he's not the Byakuya that we know in the anime and the mangas. He was a thug in the adaptation. Because Byakuya is an elegant guy. He's quiet, he's well mannered. In the series, he doesn't even have the same aura. Again, yung characterization, this characters has very established auras, and yung characters nila are very well known. So you will see it. No, nakita ko, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that?
Like,
Hindi talaga siya.
Different character.
Renji was okay. Ichigo was fine. Rukia was okay. But Byakuga was, who the fuck is this dude? He's even short, by the way. He's so short.
He's like a kid. So you
talk about that. I mean, the Attack on Titan live action movies are also just as bad. I mean, the animation wasn't so good. But let's try to do a post-mortem on what one thing that succeeded, and that's Rurouni Kenshin. That one thing that succeeded, that one gem in the fucking rough and pile of shit that we're going through today.
The only
because it's not just one gem. Because there are a lot of adaptations.
Oh, you want to hear something that never really made it to mainstream Hollywood or outside of Japan? That's a really good adaptation. Phoenix Wright.
Yes.
If you fucking watch the Phoenix Wright movie, it's like playing it on Game Boy. It's like playing it on the GP on the fucking thing.
I think I saw memes of that. Was that from an actual movie?
Yeah.
There's musicals of the damn thing. Like, from Takarazuka Review, an all-female musical theater troupe, to small people plays. It's very popular. But the thing is, good adaptations can work. Like you can take liberties for sure, pero you can make it work. Even as a series, because I have seen it. I've seen some series that work.
I think it's a Hollywood thing. Hollywood is kasi the ones that you guys glow over, the adaptations that you consider good, mostly are from smaller productions or Japanese productions. But that's the thing. Why do you guys think that Hollywood feels the need to make alterations to
They
the
want to put their the writers, the showrunners, the producers want to put their name on
The creative freedom kasi
they want
it was like I keep saying, yung creative freedom ng directors and writers on something that is already established shouldn't be done. I mean, if you really want to be creative, don't go into a movie that is gonna do a franchise that is already established. Write something unique for yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's why I don't like the Taika Waititi Thor movies. It's not a Thor movie. It's just a movie that just happens to have Thor in it.
Exactly.
Okay. According dito sa isang comment ni Jacob, and I just want to highlight this. Sa live action adaptations, I want to talk with BJ about there's something deeper about those movies, and that's why most of them don't work out for an international audience.
Pretty much.
That is true. That is true. That's absolutely, and this goes in hand with what Rene was saying earlier, and he was asking why is there a need to kind of enhance or change it? Because number one, culturally, some things won't make sense. Back in the day when Pokemon was still airing for the first time, they had to change the rolling onigiri to rolling hamburger, simply because kids in the West wouldn't understand what a freaking onigiri is. It's a triangular white thing. They wouldn't know what it was, so they had to change it.
But when they did show it, they changed the name. They turned it into a jelly donut.
Right, now it's jelly donut.
But it's still a rice ball. You can't just call it a rice ball.
Exactly. Another thing is,
I don't know. Go ahead.
No, what I was just gonna say is another thing is censorships. Some things need to be censored in some cultures, some won't. If you remember, back in the original Dragon Ball series, when Goku. I think my dog just farted. I swear to God. Holy shit. Goddamn kaiju. You don't like it? It doesn't like the conversation. You farts in my face. Oh. Anyway, so I'm sorry. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. That was a production error.
That must have been intense for you to lose train of thought.
My dog lost bowel control. So in Dragon Ball, Goku undressed Bulma, and he was surprised because, "Hey, Bulma, your balls are gone," and then he even tapped it, and then that was censored.
I remember that scene. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So I agree. There are a lot of deeper things, and one of them would be content appreciation. The appreciation of content from what is being presented versus what the original source material is.
You talk to me about content appreciation.
No, I know, but here's what it is. It's assumed. A lot of people who are trying to adapt it are assuming that this content may not work. This content may not be understandable.
It's pure speculation, eh?
Right.
It's just pure speculation. Like what you were saying with the Phoenix Wright movie. The thing that made it so good is the fact that they took the spirit, the way it was playing in the game, the whole essence of it, alam yung absurdity na makita mo yun in real life. Diba? The game in real life, that absurdity is what you want from the adaptation. Eh. It's not about adapting it into real world. Kasi whenever you watch it, you will not ask yourself, is it realistic? No, you're not looking for that shit. You don't ask, is it realistic? No, you're expecting the absurdity of manga and anime into that adaptation.
I like the fact that listen, it's realistic. Fucking Trixter did that the other day because it's realism. They made the same face.
It's like you're the same person, but you're in different parts of the world.
But the thing with realism thing is
see, there you go.
it can work with certain source materials.
Exactly.
Like this bastard that said there's content appreciation with certain adaptations. Like there
Hey,
is
I'm on your
one.
side, motherfucker. I mean, what's wrong?
There is one
It's
adaptation.
it's all over.
There is one adaptation that I really like. I mean, I talked to Lee about this a month ago. I don't know if he remembers. It's Nodame Cantabile.
Yeah.
It's a musical manga. Well, when it turned to anime, I liked it. I watched it. Then I found out it's going to have a live action series. I was interested since classical music. I was into it back then. So I checked it out. Watched it. It's fine. They went above and beyond, went abroad just to film the place authentically. Then I found we're getting a dub of that goddamn adaptation here in the Philippines. So
for real?
Yeah,
they better not be.
We did get it. I watched it. I fucking watched that adaptation. So
what channel? 7? 2?
Channel 7. Channel 7.
Oh no.
What was it called?
Nodame
Cantabile.
No, even the local.
Yeah,
they never changed it.
They never changed it. It's Nodame Cantabile.
2020.
So I was surprised. Okay, let's give it a try. It's fine. Like, okay. Then I realized they started cutting episodes. One episode. That was like 1 hour. One episode is an hour long. So you can't have that, obviously. So they cut up an episode for the week. 15 minutes. We haven't even introduced both main characters and it's already abangan.
Oh, this is one of the reasons why I don't watch local channels kasi pag mga ganyan series, kagaya yung hinati nila. Tapos halimbawa sa 30-minute most time slot, 15 minutes mo lang papalabas yung galing dun sa 1 hour and then the rest of the 15 minutes commercials.
Because that's not even the worst
exactly.
of it. That is not even the worst of it. The fucking week-long episode? Fine. I can deal with that. I will watch it. See if the dub's good. Dub is serviceable. I can appreciate the dubs and the dub actors. They should be paid more for what they're going through. And then the one scene in the show that I've been looking forward to. That's the one show, the one episode I've been looking forward to. The Rhapsody in Blue test musical, which was fun because they actually got the actors to perform it. One of them was in a mongoose suit. So, ayun. Okay, let's see. They cut the entire performance.
Why?
I don't know. The entire performance of Rhapsody in Blue, gone. They were actually animated doing shit pa.
That's why we have 3 kinds of Voltron. Okay. Because they're not really all Voltron, right? You know that. One was the Lion Force, that was Voltron. The other 2 robot series that was aired in the US for the first time were not Voltron. They were just named Voltron. This is why we have Eugene and this is why fucking Dennis was Denise. I swear to God. Puta, I mean, wait, hold on. I am not okay. This is a huge part of my childhood. Okay, Ghost Fighter. Hindi ko lang yan pinanood sa Channel 7. Channel 13 pa lang yan. Pinanonood ko yan isang araw lang yan sa isang linggo. Okay, bago nila pinutol yun. And I was surprised to fucking read that bakit Denise? They even retconned it when they finally met each other, when they all met everybody in the Dark Tournament. There was a scene there and I could never forget it. Eugene, kasi nga Yosuke, saw Vincent because Hiei, for the first time, nandito ka. Wala naman akong magagawa eh. Kailangan ko nandito. Pati ikaw, Denise, fucking Kurama goes, Denise, how do you, really? That's how you're gonna fucking do it? Didn't you fight this guy Did you the whole time you thought she was flat chested? What is wrong with you? This is the perceived content that I was talking about. This is the assumed appreciation. They cut a lot of that. Another anime that was brought over here in the Philippines was Tenju Tenge. The people who reviewed it only looked at the first few episodes, and when they finally got to the part where the jiggle physics was all over the screen, canceled it. Outright canceled it.
Hey,
Outright.
Ranma was fine.
Ranma was fine, right?
Ranma was okay.
Ranma even had Ranma aired on RPN 9, and they even kept in the nude scenes. Yeah, I don't think they gave a shit.
Sabi na, meron daw Resident Evil, PH versus Ding Dong Dantes daw, tsaka si Chris, tapos si Jane Reed. Wag! Pare, Leon? Gusto mo ng Leon na matindi-tindi? Jay manalo, pare.
Oh shit.
But he's too old.
Totoy Mola.
Totoy Mola tayo, ba? Papatayin mo. May CGI naman.
The guy's too old. Paano siya matatawag na rookie every 5 minutes if he's too old?
Resident Evil Park na
Fuck.
No. Since we're having this discussion, you guys made me sentimental. I'd like to give a shout out to all my former colleagues from GMA.
Guys,
hi
guys, you know what I'm talking about, right? So the
reason
why we're getting
I see.
No. I mean, I'm talking to the people in GMA.
Kaya guys,
right?
That's why
gusto ko i-highlight yung isang tanong kanina. Talking about GMA, someone asked actually, eto, how about Voltus 5? How confident are you with the live action one? This is a very good question talking about GMA. Kaya hindi ko i-highlight kanina kasi nakikita-kita ko na pupunta tayo dito eh.
I think ito na exciting part.
I'm concerned about that. Okay, I'm concerned about that. If you guys are not familiar, you may or may not have heard of this, but Paul Medina Jr. was caught under fire when he kind of made fun of what the writer would put out.
I saw that.
And it's because the writer, because si Jimmy Santos daw si Tyrant. Lalabas siya, imbis na stars.
Tyrant agad, hindi man lang Barry Burton.
so anyway,
the writer, I think,
the writer was
telenovelas. Yeah,
the writer is well known for her experience in writing love stories and your common, tropes in the Philippines na isang hamak na babae or lalaki ay umibig sa isang makapangyarihan na lalaki or babae na hinahamak ng isang malaking pamilya, ngunit siya'y mabuting tao kaya siya'y magbawagi. So, that kind of shit. And to me that doesn't work. Okay, I mean, and given the track record of somebody, that what Paul Medina Jr. was done in jest. He's a fucking comic artist, But my reservation on that is simply not because of the actors, right? Not because of what is going to be presented, because it is being monitored by Toei. It is, they're working together with them, right? So they might have said yes. So what I'm afraid of it is not how the show will be delivered, it's how the show will be received. Because if it's going to be received by people who love Voltes 5, it will succeed. But if it's going to be sold to people who are looking for another GMA show, it would die. It would definitely flop because it's a very niche kind of thing nowadays. Oh yeah, marami tayo. Lahat yan, 5 yan. Automatic, may 5 viewers na. Lahat na nakikinig sa atin dito, manonood ng Voltes 5, automatic, 11 na yan, 15 na yan. But if you're going to show it to the general public who would not have a level of appreciation for that, and would look for the general trope that is what is being fed to us right now, the love story, the twist and the betrayal and the anak pala siya ni ganito at anak pala siya ni ganyan, ay walang mangyayari.
Which is actually a twist in Voltes 5.
Which is an actual twist in Voltes 5.
Yeah.
Kasi yun talaga yung kwento
Right.
nun. But that
Exactly.
happens at the very end. That happens at the very end. So you won't get that much traction from mainstream people. And I'm very, very, very concerned about how it will be received. Because the graphics are nice. Voltes 5 is drama, sabi nga ni Chino, pero I'm concerned about how it will be received in the Philippines.
Hindi, ang ano kasi dyan is, I guess the problem, I don't wanna see it as a problem, pero the concern here is the expectation of the people you want to give impact. Halimbawa, itong Voltes 5, you want, kanino mo ba talaga to ini-intend na maging audience? Obviously, those who grew up watching Voltes 5. Ang tanong ngayon dito is, so there is that high expectation already. Kaya hindi mo masisisi na yung iba are already throwing. Alam mo yun, people are getting nitpicky now in the day of social media. No? They will see na, ito yung director, ito yung track record niya, pangit yung track record niya or ganyan. Kaya pansinin mo, yung mga actors, yung mga maglilid dun sa characters, wala pa masyadong background sa ano, or they probably kept it in secret kasi nga they don't want people probably throwing mud at them at this early. That's why they're putting hype on it na even dun sa Toycon nandun sila naka-highlight. And I guess and dahil sinabi nila na magkakaroon ng Voltes 5 na live adaptation, people, including myself and definitely you guys, we have high hopes for this. We are already have that high hopes and we are afraid na it's going to be messy. Nobody wants it, obviously. Pero ang akin naman dito is, sana lang, if they're going to get the audience in, do the marketing directly. Kasi pinoint out ni Chino kanina yun. Mortal Kombat was marketed as para a reboot daw ng Mortal Kombat and then it ended up in a flop. So if they're going to market it as Toei supervising Voltes 5 and hoping they will stick to the they will stick to the actual content. Then mataas ang expectation. So talagang you have to buckle up your seats.
Yeah.
I have the go.
Short point lang. I think with all adaptations, and for all toy collectors, this is something that we can relate to. I think with adaptations, it's like letting someone hold this toy that you love so much, and we never know if they're going to handle it well, handle it properly. So I think that's the thing with Voltes 5. It's something that we love from childhood, and then hawakan ng iba who may not treat it with the same type of love that we may have for it. So it applies to everything. Everything that we've quote unquote complained about tonight, it's because they took something that we like and they didn't treat it the way that we think it should be treated. So that was my short point. What was that, Paleets?
I just have the same concern kasi as much as dramatic Voltes 5 is, every episode wasn't as dramatic as it is like the ones that we see on GMA 7. Diba? Most of the time, it's just the battles, diba? Yung pinapanood natin. That's what we are really excited about.
They had some issues there as well. Along with the battles. Pero
but it's not as much.
They were dealing with
I remember being a kid and legitimately hating. Sino yung pumalit kay
si yung kay Doctor, what the fuck is his name?
The Hawk or something, the guy with the beard.
Yeah.
Captain
The guy who took all of their personal items and threw it away.
Right.
Yeah.
I was a child and I was crying because of that. I knew nothing about personal laws at the time. I was a very young kid, pero putang ina, galit talaga ako doon sa tao yun. So, yeah, Voltes 5 was a drama, pero will they do it properly? When you translate it into something na local, will they be able to handle it with the type of grace that's necessary to make it
doon
work?
pumapasok yung sinasabi ni BJ na content appreciation diba? Tsaka I wanted to highlight yung sinabi ni Chino that Toei is heavily involved. that's one saving grace kung bakit I'm not expecting the worst out of it, because as far as what I can hear, Toei actually delayed the release because it didn't keep up with the standard.
They it was quality issues. They said
There was a quality issue for the episodes and they didn't want to release it. So actually Toei has the last say if they're gonna do the episodes properly. So if Toei is saying that we need to delay it, then that's a good sign. I think this is one of those times that we should be happy that they're delaying this shit. Because as far as Filipino dramas goes, their track record is really just shit.
Yeah,
Diba?
and the format actually is the format actually eliminates a lot of our fears. Because correct me if I'm wrong, because the last time I read about it, 13 episodes lang siya.
Oh, that's nice. Then that's good.
So it's not going
really
to be this drawn out na yung parang telenovela nga na they keep extending it because of the ratings. So if it's a fixed 13 episode story, so at least story wise it should be self-contained.
One episode per week.
Holy crap! 13 episodes are like Korean series. Parang sa Korean nila ina-drop yan, no? Kasi Korean series has always have
and
either
Japanese dramas are also 13
Japanese
episodes.
dramas too. Right.
Yeah. Pag sinabi mong 13 episodes, yung
One
episode
episode a
7,
week.
panigurado 1 hour, di ba? Remember, people, you are going to broadcast it on a local channel. So, pag sinabi mong 13 episodes at ikaw nanonood ka ng nanonood ka ng local TV, panigurado, ang iisipin ko halos 2 linggo lang yun, limited run lang, tapos sa isang episode, 30 minutes, in 30 minutes na yan, 15 minutes yung palabas,
I doubt
15 minutes lang yung commercial doon.
I doubt that they would do one episode in one day. I would highly doubt that. With the money that they spent on production, they need to make that back on advertisement.
Hahatiin nila yan.
They would cut that shit into 2 years worth of content.
You're going to experience what I did.
I just highly doubt that. We're never gonna know until it comes out. But I highly doubt that they would do 1 hour and a half episode per day.
Then may isang episode na nag-vote in lang. All 30 minutes.
One more thing that I'm very concerned about is because yes, Toei is making sure that it's watched, making sure that parameters are met, quality is there, but that's not a full guarantee. Remember, Steven Spielberg okayed E.T. That's an adaptation of the other kind. One Piece, sabi nga ni Gino, One Piece, and he's right. Oda is taking care of it.
No, he just gave his blessings.
But then that's what I'm saying, right? You okayed something. A lot of people are gonna say that if the creator's okay with it, then it should be okay with you too, right? No, but that's what happened to E.T. E.T. Steven Spielberg na yun, pare. And still it ended up in a landfill. And it's our job to expect all of these things because we're nerds, we're geeks. You called to us when you showed that Vault is 5. It is our thing. If bigla kayo nag-release ng what do you call this? A remaster of A Band of Brothers? Who do you think you're A Band of Brothers? I like that, but who are you pandering to? Are you pandering to a certain group of people, or are you selling it to those people who already know what it is, right? And that's where we're all coming from. We're all coming from a point where, please, God, we love these things, and we just want to see a good run of it, like Rurouni Kenshin, hype just as well,
or Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors. I'm not a big fan of Dynasty Warriors, but yeah, it caught the spirit of it. It was hyped just right, as opposed to Mulan, the live action Mulan.
My God.
Right? That's an adaptation, right? One adaptation that was really nice, was really fun and entertaining, was Sleeping Beauty. The live action Sleeping Beauty. It was pretty fun. It looked almost exactly the way that Beauty and the Beast back in the 90s when Disney released it, as opposed to Aladdin with Will Smith, who they tried to make it look like Aladdin, right? And that's right. And there are a lot of expectations coming in. So we at some point we want things to look great for the community. We want maganda naman, di ba? Parang enjoy naman natin. Yeah?
Yung sagot mo na yan is dun sa pwede ko nang i-apply dun sa tanong ni Ivan Christopher Dizon. Dapat ba gawing movie na lang yung Voltes 5?
Oh no,
It's too long. It's too long.
Dapat
It's too long.
Pwede, I think it would work if it's like the Rurouni Kenshin movies. Now one movie is like 2 hours long. And
right.
And it's designed as a trilogy.
Yeah.
So I can live with it as a movie. To answer Ivan. Ivan is a friend of mine, by the way. Hey.
Like a movie series.
There's even a question. Mas maigi ba na dapat ginawa nilang TV series and movie ang Combatron? Hoy! Alam mo ba? Hindi na namin alam. Pero, basta.
Okay,
alam mo ba? Basta. Okay?
Basta. hindi kami pwedeng magsalita.
Basta ang sabi ni Berlin, mamamatay daw kami at some point. Okay.
Basta hindi kami pwedeng magsalita, pero pag may nabalitaan na ako, kailangan ko talagang umuwi para dyan.
Okay. Anyway,
pero ito,
maraming salamat.
Ang sabi ni Jacob Tan, and eto, I know you all of you will agree, gusto niyo ng paasa ng OG cartoon, expand the series. Salamat ABS-CBN sa paasa ng bagong episode. Yung alam mo naghihintay ka ng Biyernes. Alam mo yung naghihintay ka ng Biyernes to watch it, tapos only to find out.
Wait, ano bang nangyari sa X-Men? I mean, did they cancel it abruptly? Because at some point, Friday night kasi yun hindi na ako nakapapanood.
Bigla na lang siya nawala eh. Do you remember that was 90s?
They never finished it and then they replaced it with Wildcats.
Wildcats is ang Wildcats ang weird. They used Wildcats to replace it. Wildcats only ran for less than 20 episodes. Then it was also canceled.
Yeah.
Okay, great programming.
Good job. Basta, are you afraid of the dark pa rin?
Yes, sir.
Pero ito, understanding na yun yung pinagdadaanan natin kasi I know Lee Chino so upset with what they watch. Obviously, Trixter had his feedback. Ako rin, I also have my own feedback din sa Resident Evil na yung, alam mo yung first 15 minutes pa lang nung episode, we were, Venus and I were just getting our phones and we were like testing, tapos nagiging white noise na lang yung Resident Evil.
Buti hindi nyo nakita yung dancing scene.
Ina nga, ano ko ngayon dito, dahil ba dun sa mga pinagdaanan natin na yan, my question is, betong sa mga paparating na movies ngayong 2022, our hopes ba went down because of the past experiences? Or are we still looking for the light na, oy, papanoorin ko pa rin to kasi excited ako dito.
That's a very good question.
Let's start off. My answer for that would be, it depends on which property and how big of a fan I am. So, if it's something that I really like, syempre mas malaki yung takot ko na, ay baka pangit. Pero if my interest in the property is passing lang, like okay lang, sige, I'll watch it. I'll give it a chance. So, I think it's a matter of how big my emotional investment is in the IP.
Let's one of the upcoming movies, as I was told, is Yakuza, from video game to live action.
I mean,
I can see the look on Trixter's face right now.
with the Yakuza, it's not much of a hard stretch if you're gonna do a live adaptation of it, because basically the game is realistic.
You already have a framework there.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to fuck it up. Okay.
Again, they just have to follow the source material, because Yakuza, I'm not a big fan, just to be clear. It has a good lore already. It has a good framework. So you don't need to change anything from it. And it's one of those perfect franchises that you're gonna adapt into TV, because it's actually made for TV.
It's already there.
It's a movie in a
It's
game.
made for real life. It's
Yeah,
actually a
exactly.
parody of real life itself. The way that you play it, it's like a video game, but it's in real life. You know?
Oo. Kasi parang parang nakita na natin na yung environment is parang in Japan lang din eh. Pero move tayo sa isang movie na nakita ko, Metal Gear. Ginawa mo
Oh my, no. No. That is close to my heart. I will not, no.
There is really.
Yeah. They've been talking about that for quite some time now.
Fuck.
Right.
So, the problem with Metal Gear is, it's supposed to be stealth, right? It's supposed to be stealth. The only times you get to see some dialogue is when you get the bosses or codex. How the hell are you going to fit that in a movie?
But my problem with that, if they're gonna use the original storyline,
Unless it's Peace Walker. Peace Walker, siguro pwede pa. But Shadow Moses, Big Shell, no. You can't.
But
do
I
that.
think they're not gonna do the whole thing with the Kojima issue. They're probably gonna do a reboot of another thing again with this.
Maybe, maybe
knowing
Metal Gear
Konami,
Survive.
No!
diba?
Zombie fence.
Knowing Konami from their track record, they wouldn't do the same Kojima story on this movie or TV series. I'm sure. I'm just sure of it.
Pero,
Because
mahirap gawin yung movie na yun eh. Since it's an action, it's going to be somewhat of an action film. Since Metal
it
Gear.
has the making of a movie anyway.
Right.
The only thing is, again, it comes down to the execution.
Yeah, there are a lot of influences from 80s action movies in the Metal Gear franchise.
If it is Peace Walker,
Look at it.
It's
Military. It's a spy, almost a spy movie. It has mech on it. It has.
It's Kurt Russell.
It's diba? It's good.
I mean,
Again,
It's Escape from LA. That's what it is.
ang atin kasi, our doubt comes from the failures of what they produced eh.
Right.
That's
You
it.
know what
We really have this para tayong traumatized every time that we're gonna see, ooh, there's a new one. And then we will realize the production company that will do it is Netflix. Katulad nung sinabi ni Almond kanina, that One Piece will start from the very beginning. Then that's good. If that's gonna be the case, let's hope so. But knowing fucking Netflix, I wouldn't hold so much. You know, parang they don't have the merit. They don't have the track record to say that they're gonna do good in One Piece. We're hoping, but
they have more misses than hits. That's the problem.
Exactly.
There are
That's
some
what I
good
wanted.
shit in Netflix, but it's buried underneath
all the shit that they did.
Yeah.
Dahil nabanggit rin lang naman yan, tinatanong ni Jacob kung napanood din yung Gintama na live action. I've seen posters of it. I have not watched it.
Gintama live action.
Yeah. I mean, it's as batshit insane as the anime itself. But it's fucking. I don't know how to describe the live action of Gintama. Because Gintama makes fun of everyone.
Exactly.
It makes fun of itself.
Right.
It's like the Rick and Morty of anime. You know how Rick and Morty makes fun of every geek thing there is.
Right. Well, there have been a lot of hate coming out, but all deserving because we are at the very bottom of it all. We all love our franchises. We all want to see these things succeed, and we just can't help but point out that because it's not being taken care of, because a lot of the production houses and production companies out there are really just focusing on pandering to the crowd too much, or going for the source material too much, or there's not a really good balance of being able to discern whether this story is good for a new IP, or are we going to make more money if we get an original IP coming in. That's where the problem lies. And as a geek, as a nerd, as a fan, I, along with my friends here at the G3 podcast, we all want them to succeed. We all want them to do a great job. And we all want to be entertained. Heck, we're going to spend a lot of money just, not just consuming the content, but, going for the aftermarket merch sales after. I mean, I know we collect toys and we collect games and, there's a lot of support there. But the one thing that's missing, and I think one thing that's missing out there really is some creatives do not find the balance and just focus on what would sell. And in any case, in any form of media or product, if your intention is to sell, then you're already missing the point of selling. Because you're not creating sales. You're not creating the need for it. There's
no value. Right.
There's no value. You're by pushing it in the face of people that it has value already tells us that it has no value, because value is inherently discovered by the consumer itself. And with such discovery, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we've run out of time. And we are going to be continuing this discussion in the next episode, I'm pretty sure.
Di ko napansin na umabot na pala tayong 2 oras.
Yeah, apparently not. Yeah. So,
and there are people who are actually looking at I've been reading the comments and they have answers. Na-excite lang, natuwa lang ako. Thank you for the people who obviously watched us today.
Right. So let's just let's take it home, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off with Rene, what's up?
No, I'm just doing a heart.
Heart. Oh, siya, mauna ka na. Why don't you invite people? Tell them what you've been up to. What have you uploaded so far? And then invite them to your page.
I still haven't uploaded. I have one Toyconph video left, which is me and the cosplayer. So that's going to be uploaded over the weekend if I find time to finish editing it, because I will be, along with the rest of the G3 guys, I will be in Conquest tomorrow. So
yes.
Whoever's there, just pop over, say hi, let me, shoot videos with you, and we can have a little fun. Aside from that, I'm all about G3, and I'll see you there. Thanks. That's it.
Cool. Paleets, what's up with you, man?
Ayun guys, thank you sa pakikinig sa pag-rant ko. This episode. This was
dalawang episode nang dedicated sa iyo, Kala mo.
Tangina, yung nakaraan hindi naman tungkol sa
at least ngayon maluwang hininga mo.
Medyo nakakabuti to para sa heart condition ko.
at sa mental health niya.
Sa mental health ko kasi matagal lang nagbubrew yung galit ko sa Resident Evil.
Nagnanak yung galit.
But yeah, please watch out for our content. Editing a few more videos. I will be uploading another video on my YouTube channel, Charlie Dalena, and on the Facebook page as well. And then, syempre sa G3 TikTok accounts, we will be uploading Unbox Beats, wherein I'm unboxing toys that I have, and then you can just listen. ASMR shit. So, please do. I just really want to take this time to thank everyone who's supporting us, who watched today, who took their time to comment and to send stars. This it may not seem like it, but it's such a big thing for us to just have you guys on the podcast, and we really appreciate it every time that you're here. So thank you so much kila Jacob, kila John Henry Miranda, kila Jumel, who else? To my wife, kay Shield, to everyone who's supporting us. Thank you so much. We love you.
Thank you. Cool, Captain Mike.
I will be with the rest of the guys tomorrow at Conquest 2022.
Conquest? Miss Universal.
Conquest.
Whitebird.
10 p.m. Miss Universal.
Sa mga nag-like and follow ng share ng to, and all through our pages, maraming salamat for the privilege of your time. Hindi po biro yung gagawa tayo ng show and then there are still people watching us. I appreciate you all. No matter whoever you are, follow my page, Captain Mike PH, all across platforms, and I will see you tomorrow in Conquest 2022. SMX Lilinawin ko lang.
SMX. Yan po pupunta si Captain Mike na bagong gupit pero hindi nagahit, going to Whitebird.
Ang ina mo, Mike, di pa kita namura buong episode.
Ano? Wait, that's a new thing, ha? Alos,
Hindi kita namura buong episode, so I just had to say that before we end. It was so
Can we
close.
get away?
Naalala ko.
Can you just say
Got away.
don't mess with the editor? Sinasabi, I'm telling you now. telling you now.
Ganun ba?
Ganun.
Does that threat
ganun.
extend to me also? Or
No. You have a different story. Okay.
Okay. Trixter, what's up, man? Invite them to what you've been doing. Tell them what you've been doing recently.
I don't know. I've just been doing multiverses. Maybe we can, stream that. Enable just let people experience multiverses as well again.
Yeah.
Over
Hindi
there,
rin tatanong. Starting
Guys,
on Twitch. You're on Twitch na, no? Twitch ulit? No?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think sa Twitch tayo. That way we can invite everyone to get multiverses open beta.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Guys, go to Conquest if you wanna see Trixter. It's the first time that he's gonna come out of his
No,
own.
he's not going.
What?
Oh, he's not going.
Oh.
So close.
Ito,
Too bad.
sagutin ko lang ito na mabilisan. May nagtanong kasi, para daw yung Splinter Cell sa fish. Ako excited ako din.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Again,
Splinter
high
Cell.
expectations
I'd like to see
for
the-
me. I
the
played
thing.
that kasi. So, yeah. O, yun lang.
Right.
And how about you, William?
Yeah, so as what Trixter mentioned, we started to get back to streaming. We were testing stuff out. We're on Twitch, so head on over to GoriGori Gaming TV on Twitch. We are streaming currently multiverses. If you guys want to get your own copy, the Twitch drops are happening. So when we are online, we'll let everybody know. If you want to get your own copy of multiverses, all you got to do is head on over to Twitch, go to our channel, watch us for about an hour, enable your drops, and you would be able to get your open beta access to Warner Brothers multiverses. It's a Smash Bros kind of melee game, including a lot of Warner Brother characters. And if you are going to be watching us for 1 hour, check your drops. You'll get the game for free. You can redeem it either on PC,
PlayStation
Xbox?
or Xbox.
Right, PlayStation and Xbox. So there. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we will be in Conquest tomorrow. This is the show before the Conquest invasion. Before we get into Conquest, we will be there early in the morning, and we'll be taking both days on. Join us there. We can try to live stream. So if you guys are in the area, please just let us know, and we will meet you up. But that is the show for this evening. Episode 50 comes to a close. Halfway marker to the centennial episode, and by that time episode 100 comes in, I hope you guys are still here with us. We are always very thank you for geeking and nerding out with us. This is your host BJG with Captain Mike, Rene Cruz Jr., Paleets, and of course earlier Chino and Noch and Heneral Tuna, and of course my brother Trixter. We'll catch you in the next episode. We'll see you next week Friday, same time, 8 p.m. on the G.
Let's go! Thank you, guys!
Bye!
Ang ina mo,
Dragon Ball
man.
Evolution sa akin.
Resident Evil is shit!